Now that Absolu Aventus is finally available to buy, I'm going to give you an update on this fragrance and let you know if you should go out and spend £320 on this fragrance. Now, I've had this for over a month. I got it from a friend of mine who was in the perfume industry, so I've got a bit of an idea of what this fragrance is about and if it's worth spending money on. Just quickly about the bottle, I really like the bottle. When it's in hand, it actually feels really nice. It's heavy and it's got a nice heavy cap as well. So the bottle, I actually really like it. Looks and feels expensive. Now, the opening of Absolu Aventus, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It's one of the best openings that I've actually tried in a fragrance to date. It reminds me of when I was traveling Asia a few years ago. I used to go to this food stall and get half a pineapple that was cut up, and then they would sprinkle some cinnamon sugar, or it was something like that. It was cinnamon sugar with an extra spiciness that was sprinkled on top of the pineapple, and that is exactly how this smells, especially in the opening. So whilst pineapple is not a listed note, it smells very much like a realistic pineapple with some sprinkled spice on top. As we go through to the dry down, you start to get some warmth to come through. It smells warm, almost like heat that is projecting through the fragrance, taking over the pineapple in the beginning. That is cinnamon and cardamom to give this almost fresh, spicy feel. It's fresh because it has those bright notes in the opening. The spiciness adds some warmth and some character to the realistic pineapple up top. You may have heard there are some similarities between Absolu Aventus and SAUVAGE ELIXIR, which I actually did make a comparison in my first video about this fragrance. The more I've had it, the less comparable they are, although I can still smell some of the SAUVAGE qualities in this because there are some similar notes. SAUVAGE ELIXIR opens up with a fresh grapefruit, and then you have the spicy lavender as it dries down. SAUVAGE ELIXIR is much spicier and much heavier than this is. This has some small similarities to SAUVAGE ELIXIR, but if I was going to compare it to anything, it would just be the original Aventus. When you are trying this fragrance, what I'd recommend you do is try it on your skin, because there are some fragrances that smell completely different on a test strip as they do on your skin, and this is one of them. On a test strip, this stays really fresh. The pineapple stays for ages. But if you spray it on your arm, which I did here, the spiciness comes through much quicker and heavier. So the pineapple really subsides when you spray it on your skin, and you get this kind of dark, almost mysterious like quality, and that's because you have this half smoky but easy patchouli note in the base note, mixed with some spicy pepperiness, mixed with the cinnamon, mixed with the cardamom. That adds this sort of fresh but warming spiciness that goes through much quicker than on the test strip. So I don't know if that's a sign of quality ingredients, that it's changing on my skin versus the test strip. A lot of the cheaper fragrances don't tend to change on the test strip as they do on your skin, so I would certainly recommend trying this on your skin rather than a test strip. Now, the elephant in the room with Absolu Aventus is, of course, the price. In the UK, it's £320 for 75ml, which puts it at one of the most expensive fragrances I've got. So it's around £400 for 100ml, isn't it? Something like that, maybe even a bit more. But the other fragrances I've got that are similar in price are AMOUAGE INTERLUDE 53 and Reflection 45, two masterpiece fragrances, two fantastic fragrances in 100ml. They have really high % perfume oils. They last ages. I mean, Interlude 53 lasts about 2 days on your skin. It's ridiculous. Reflection 45 is one of the best compliment getting, easy to wear, bright, fresh fragrances. Absolutely fantastic. It's a masterpiece. This one doesn't have those complex qualities in my opinion, so if I had that money to spend, I would buy one of those fragrances over this. And another issue I have with this is I don't know where it fits in my collection. Of course, you can just like something, and I do like it. It smells really nice. I have to put that out there. It does smell really nice. The opening is fantastic. The warm spiciness is great, and that dark mysteriousness that you kind of get as it goes through, that sort of smoky, earthy patchouli, really reminds me of a kind of dark sexiness. That's fantastic, and that's what I can smell on my skin now. It smells really nice, but the performance is really low on this on me. Not really low, I take that back. The performance is mediocre. It's average. It doesn't project out much. Reflection 45 and Interlude 53 knock this out of the park when it comes to performance. It's not even in the same league. So that's why I don't know where this fits in my collection, because a fragrance this expensive, I'm never going to wear as a signature scent. Even if I love it, it's too expensive. I don't want to replace it every 6 months. That's if you can replace this. And also, when I go on a night out or a formal occasion, I want something strong that people can smell with. They're the fragrances I like. Fragrances that last all day or all night. And that is where this would not work, because on my skin, it doesn't project. It's more of an intimate, personal fragrance. I've already seen people selling this on eBay for like £1,000. It's ridiculous. Do not buy this for £1,000. If you have to buy it for the retail price, if you love it and you really need it, then do it. Do not buy this on eBay for £500, £600, £1,000. Please, I'm begging you, it's not worth it. I hate people that do this, buy fragrances and sell them for 5 times the price, and I think it's ridiculous that Creed, a massive company, are even doing this now, releasing some limited edition fragrance that is okay. It's not miles better than the original. Why not just make it as a staple fragrance in their collection? Why not release it as a new Aventus that's going to be available for a long time? I don't understand it. I don't like it. Do not buy it for £1,000. I hope this video helped you decide on whether you should buy Absolu Aventus. I certainly would recommend trying it if you can, to see if you think it's worth it to spend that much money on a fragrance.